Affordable housing has always been a problem in Nevada, to the point where more than half of Nevada households were pushed out of the market for a median-priced home. With record-breaking job loss and many Nevadans out of work, the affordable housing crisis is getting even worse. The construction of new homes creates greater affordable housing options for Nevada families while helping drive the economy and create good-paying jobs. New home construction injects nearly $10.1 billion into the state's economy and accounts for $4.7 billion a year in total wages and salaries. Home building supports more than 75,600 local workers through the state, with vast opportunities for women and minority-owned businesses to thrive. And these jobs are good paying.
The residential construction industry is a key component of Nevada's economy. Directly, this sector employs over 50,000 people, and they earn a wage that's almost 50% higher than the broader average. They're critical to the Nevada economy.
Nevada has been hit especially hard. In order to rebound, we must rebuild. The prosperity of our state is fundamentally linked to the ongoing contributions of the home building industry. The positive economic impact is undeniable. We can't make the economy stronger by raising taxes and fees, especially on housing. Minority groups, especially Hispanic workers, have been hit hard in Nevada, seeing some of the highest unemployment numbers we've ever seen.
New home building construction supports local workers and local businesses, many that are Hispanic owned. That is why I support these good-paying home building construction jobs.
Raising taxes and fees on new home construction will disproportionately harm people of color, many Hispanic workers and business owners, and further exacerbate rising unemployment rates.
Don't do anything to increase costs on home building construction. That will inadvertently hurt our community, hurt Hispanic workers, and hurt all of us.
One idea to address Nevada's housing affordability problem is to force new home buyers to pay for subsidized housing, called inclusionary zoning or linkage fees. Both are really a tax on new home buyers. With thousands of people moving to Nevada from higher-cost states like California, the housing affordability crisis is getting even worse. Some state lawmakers have taken cues from states like California and looked at linkage fees and inclusionary zoning as a way to address the affordable housing crisis. The California Legislative Analyst Office found that the impacts of many housing programs are mixed at best. One study found that inclusionary zoning programs act like a tax on housing construction, with the burden of these policies passed on in the form of higher home prices and rents.
Nevada cannot afford to become like California. In California, inclusionary zoning has priced 405,000 households out of the housing market. In addition, higher rents resulting from this policy has pushed an additional 125,000 households into poverty. And who are the people priced out? They are disproportionately people of color and blue-collar workers like teachers, firefighters, nurses, and police officers. We tried inclusionary zoning in California and failed. Don't make the same mistake we did.
The key to unlocking affordable housing is to increase the supply of new homes at all price points, not drive up housing prices with hidden taxes and fees included with linkage fees and inclusionary zoning. By increasing taxes and fees on new home construction, costs skyrocket and supply falls, resulting in less affordable housing over time. We need to address the underlying cause of the affordable housing crisis: the disparity between high demand and low supply of housing. Before 2015, construction defect litigation ran wild and created an environment where a vast, organized criminal conspiracy took a stranglehold on homeowners associations across the state, resulting in higher housing costs, fueling the state's dire housing crisis.
By every measure, Operation Grandmaster was the largest public corruption case in Nevada history. It lasted over 10 years, again from 2007 to 2017. It involved well over 100 participants, dozens of companies and different firms in Nevada. It resulted in the conviction federally of 44 separate individuals.
Construction defect litigation was a payday for corrupt players. shady construction firms and their attorneys rigged HOA boards with their cronies and steered lucrative lawsuits and construction fees their own way, pocketing millions. This climate of unchecked litigation increased housing costs and resulted in homeowners waiting up to 4 years to get simple defects repaired.
The greatest pot of money was not the subcontracts, but in fact, the greatest pot of money was filing false CD litigation claims.
In 2015, Nevada passed AB 125, the common sense safeguard against the scandalous takeover of homeowner associations, or HOAs, that made headlines. The impact of Assembly Bill 125 has shown conclusively to have held down costs, litigation, and corruption, and resulted in meaningful construction defect reforms that help homeowners resolve defects quickly and keep housing more affordable.
Our investigation revealed over $1.5 billion in recoveries since this started. $1.5 billion. That's a lot of money. And with that kind of money, you're going to get the criminal element that we got. They'll come from Chicago, they'll come from New York, they'll come from LA, and they'll do the same thing again.
Any overturn or rollback of the critical consumer protections of AB 125 will exacerbate the affordability crisis and set the stage for a new round of HOA scandals. Affordable housing is important to all Nevadans, and the home building industry is vital to the state's economy. Any increase in new home costs and the loss of new home construction supply will make the housing crisis even worse, resulting in higher home prices and skyrocketing rents. Stand with homeowners, renters, and hard-working Nevadans, and don't make the housing crisis even worse.